All right. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Making sure we are live on everything here. We're good. Good, good, good. How's everybody doing? I'm going to take a minute here and get a few people on. Let me know you guys are out there in the old interweb lambs. If you jump on, let me know that you're on. Come say hello. Tina, good morning, sis. How are you? Gabe over on Instagram. What's up, man? Got a couple people over on Instagram on. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you. Hope everyone is well. As we get ready to start the show and wrap up 2023. So, you guys know the routine. Give me just a hot second here. We're going to share this. I see Tony Abrascato has joined on Instagram. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Hope all is well. So, how's everybody's week going? While we're getting this up and going, getting more people in, leave a comment. Tony. Oh man, I love it. How's everybody doing? All right, let's get this party started. We got people on here. I'm loving this. Instagram's live. We got people on Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, last Friday. I love you too, man. I love you too. Good. This is the last Friday of 2023. I'm going to see you guys next time you see me. You'll see me next year. Sorry, bad joke. I know. But let's dissect this year. I kind of wanted to go over uh this year, what we've done, topics that we've kind of discussed, events that we've gone to. We've brought we've expanded. We've got new family members here at HMG. So I think it's been a pretty good year, honestly. Overall, I think it's been a good year. Met a lot of great people. Blessed. We've been blessed here. Let's be honest. I personally blessed. I thank the good Lord every day for the opportunities that He has given me, the people that I have crossed paths with, each and every one of you. The fact that I get to do this every week still, and you guys are still crazy enough to come on and see this face and listen to this voice. I very, very much appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Some events and stuff that we got to some events that we've got to cover this year. You got to go back kind of towards the beginning of the year. I'm going to forget some things, but some of the events that I personally like to cover myself. The Great American Outdoor Expo. I'm an outdoors guy. I like to hunt and fish. Um, you can see I've added a little bit more to my background here. I got my deer head that I got this year that I harvested. I love the Great American Outdoor Expo. You meet a lot of great people. You get to network a lot. You learn a lot about the outdoors and conservation. It's great. Yeah, Gabe, it's great. My buddy Gabe. Gabe actually over on Instagram here. Gabe did a show with me live from the expo uh, this past year. And if you've never been, if you're an outdoors person, if you're a hunter, if you're a fisherman or an angler, excuse me, men and women, come to the show. I believe this year it's like, and don't quote me on the dates, but I believe it's like February 3rd through the 11th, something like that. It's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And it's just a great time. It really is. There's a lot of classes and stuff that you can take. You learn a lot from, and again, great people. We get a lot of several of our sponsors, network sponsors, are at the show, and and it's just such a great time, and it really is almost overwhelming, um, how many people come to that show each and every year. It's a great time. So if you haven't checked it out, then you need to check it out. It's the Great American Outdoor Expo, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Make sure you check it out. Another one that we covered this year, kind of on a more of a political side, is CPAC. That's the conservative conference down in DC. We will be setting up a booth in 2024, which is it's the end of February. I believe it's the 21st through the 24th. We will have a table at CPAC, and we will be doing live shows from the conference this year, asking some tough questions of the politicians in and around the DC area. So if you're in and around DC and you've never been to CPAC, come on down and check that out as well. What else have we covered? Man, I feel like NCAA March Madness. You know, we every year we cover a lot of games in different divisions and whatnot. So we've had people out and about from Division 1 all the way down to Division 3 schools, and it's absolutely outstanding. Absolutely love it. Looking forward to this year's March Madness as well. NASCAR had a lot of people covering NASCAR this year. JD, who's kind of the big over at JD's over at the S3, excuse me, the S3. Uh, Covers a lot of NASCAR down in Phoenix, Vegas area. Rich from Misfit Nation, it covered a couple of races this year for us, which is great. Gabe, Flippin' Farms, that's a new one that we did that is supposed to be coming, I think, mid 2024. Is that right? Or is it out now? Flippin' Farms isn't out right now because we just filmed it. I know we did. Um, but Flippin' Farm, stay tuned for that. Great people. Oh my God, this father daughter uh, combo. They down to earth people, and I'm looking forward to. I actually need to contact them. Gabe, remind me. I got to get them up some coffee. They, they want, they're looking at potentially doing some stuff with our sister company HMG Beverage. But that was another great thing that we did this year. Flipping Farms got to be on set with this TV show that's coming out in 2024. The PBR radio rodeo, excuse me, not radio, rodeo, PBR rodeo. That was great. Actually, Gabe, and thanks for that reminder. Gabe covered the PBR down in Tennessee area. Have you never been and watch if you've never been to the PBR and watched like bull riding and stuff like that, some like real down to earth cowboy stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Paris, Tennessee, he said. It was in Paris, Tennessee. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. It's a good time. Or I know Gabe had a good time, so I appreciate that, Gabe. Thank you. What else did we do? Podcast movement. That was kind of later on in the year. Um, it was nice to get back out on the road and get to events, networking events, and podcast movement. This was our first year attending. Already got our tickets. We're going to be attending in 2024, which is going to be in DC. So right down the road from us. But podcast movement met a ton of people there, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Great. If you're a podcaster and you haven't been to Podfest or Podcast Movement, you need to go. Need to go. We will not make Podfest at the end of January down in Florida. Little Bird turns 21. Priorities. You know I'm not going to miss that. So we'll hit Podfest. We'll get back in the Podfest scene in 2025, but plan on podcast movement in 2024 for sure in DC. What else did we do? Team Atto, one of the nonprofits that we work with, great organization. We did several suit up events with Team Atto and JV Auto Clothiers. They suited up. I don't know. I forget the number. It was well over 100 transitioning veterans here in 2024. And James Boggs, who is the kind of the mastermind behind Team Auto and JV Auto Clothiers, is a dear friend, and he's just done a phenomenal job putting that stuff together for our service members. So absolutely love that. Oh, American Veterans Ball. That was earlier in the year. American Veterans Ball. We sponsored a table there. We had Jen Ford, Army veteran, uh, music singer. Absolutely loved hanging out with her. She was great. We had Wheelchairs for Warriors. Crystal and Heidi came down as our guests as well. And we had Big Mark Peterson, our buddy Mark Peterson from the People's Patriot Project, flew out for that. And that was such an awesome event that we got to do. So, looking back on 2023, it's been one hell of a ride. And I absolutely love it. With that, we've had quite a few new shows. We've had 6 new shows that I've counted uh, join the network this year. Feed the People, Buy the People, with our buddy AJ Richards. And those of you that have been with HMG throughout the years know AJ pretty well. He's had a couple of shows on our network. And Feed the People, Buy the People, great one. John Mayo, the John Mayo podcast, our buddy John, uh, new family member. Beyond the Rut, our buddy Jerry, another Army veteran. The Hero Academy with host Super Dave, our law enforcement expert. Absolutely love Super Dave. Great guy. The Other Side of the Firewall, uh, our buddy down in Tampa. Those guys are great. Absolutely love that show. And then Misfit Nation, Rich. I brought up Rich earlier, another Army veteran. I realized we got Army heavy this year. But in all seriousness, I absolutely love all the shows that are joining the family, and I'm only looking forward. We've already got another show that's getting ready to come up next month or in the beginning of the new year, and we'll get to that here in just a second. Ryan Hunt, good morning, sir. How are you? Ryan Hunt, he's got a event coming up in 2024, another veterans event. So I'm looking forward to 2024. 2023, great year. Got a lot more travel in, shows, blessed. That's all I could say. We are truly blessed, and for that I am grateful. And again, thank you to all the shows that are on the network who are part of the family, for believing in my vision, and I believe in all of you. So thank you, and I'm certainly looking forward to growing more with all of you in 2024. And you have to forgive me, my dogs are barking. Somebody's trying to live their life, and probably another dog walking in the neighborhood. I don't know. One of the things is as we wrap up 2023 and we start looking at into 2024, and let me just say this real quick. The show's a little different. We did the year in review, but I am not doing any this week. I'm not going to do any news topics or articles. I want to talk about what's the price of freedom. Have you thought about the price of freedom? Now, I know that's kind of a loaded question, and I did that on purpose because I want you guys to think about something going into uh, 2024 as the new year. It's an election year. Things are already crazy as they are in the world. Remember, think for yourself. Don't take uh, mainstream media serious. Some of you disagree with me on the weekly, and I appreciate it, quite frankly. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I don't want everybody to agree with me. Take what I say and look it up for yourself. And if we disagree, great. That's fine. I totally respect that. I respect everybody's opinion. I may not agree with you on stuff, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. Ryan, the Matrix is real. You said it, not me. So, so what is the price of freedom? Because going into 2024, there's a lot of things that are going on and things that are being said. One of the things, that we'll talk about next week is one of my favorite people to talk about, Mr. Bill Gates. Yeah. He's at it again, and we'll go into that next week. But start looking into how many of you out there have a trust uh, put together, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. It's actually one of the shows covered the decision hour covered this in this week's episode. But if you haven't put together a trust, look at doing so. And there's a organization. Actually, it's one of our new sponsors, one of our new partners is the Freedom People. The Freedom People, if you go to thefreedompeople.org, and there's a lot of great information there. This year, 2023, I kind of crawled down the rabbit hole with dissecting the law and kind of figuring out what our rights were and why things like your birth certificate and how to just establish and put together certain things. I would look up this organization, the Freedom People. And I'm actually, what I'll do for you guys right now is you can put this here. I'm actually going through the process myself right now, putting together a trust, and I'm going through the Freedom People. They've helped me out, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job. They're very, very knowledgeable and respectful and easy to work with, quite frankly. So, uh, thefreedompeople.org. Check that out. So, I just want to throw that up there real quick. But think about that. Think about what the price of freedom is and what that means to you as you move into 2024. Next week, we will get into more of new year. It's going to be, is it a new year, new you? Next year we'll get into goals for 2024. What are some goals that I will share? Some of my personal goals. I will share some of my business goals with the different businesses that I have. I'd like to hear some of your goals, so think about that if you haven't thought about it, and whether you believe in New Year's resolutions or just goals for the new year or what have you. Let's share some of those ideas, and we'll do that next week. But this today's show, it was I wanted to recap some of the great things and opportunities that we've got to do in 2023. So yeah, let's get into what you missed on the shows this week, and we'll keep this kind of short today. First up, we have a new show starting in January of the new year. What a great way to start the new year, by having a new show joining the HMG family. It's called Every Man's Odyssey. You can check it out. It's on Apple Podcasts right now, Every Man's Odyssey, but they will be joining the HMG family here next month. So we're excited about that. Let's get into the shows, what you missed. First up in the queue, we got Feed the People by the People. And this week, it was a cowboy Christmas with special guests Josie Young of 10X Farm and Ranch and Silver Lining Herbs. This episode explores crucial role of effective communication in bridging the gap between urban and rural communities, and navigates the balance between tradition and innovation in an agricultural business. Feed the people, by the people. I've brought this up before. I know I've said it a couple of times this year. If you're not following them, you need to. And if you've ever thought about like gardening or being a little more self-sufficient, this is the type of show that does that for you. They teach you they have a lot of resources. AJ's really big in the agricultural um, realm and the business. I earlier in the year I had bought a cow, had some questions I wanted to ask a local farmer. I called him, asked what are specific questions I need to ask. Um, whether it's free rein or grain fed, et cetera, et cetera. Great questions. Plus, they're putting together an app, and I believe it comes out in mid 2024. They're still working on it, I believe, but it's they'll help you find a rancher or a farmer near your area. And that's a big thing for me, guys. 2024 is another thing of being a little more self-sufficient. I had a bigger garden this year, planted more stuff. Had just it was just nicer. I'll put it that way. And it was nice being able to purchase have a cow, and now I'm set for the year. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, there we go. Love it when the camera goes off like that. So feed the people, buy the people. Check it out. What do we got next? The John Mayo podcast. This week he has fellow HMG family member Shay Sparks on the show. Those of you that don't know Shay or Shay's story, she's a podcast host, personal coach, and advocate for better communication. She shared her powerful story of overcoming abuse and adversity to transform her life, as well as the insights on climbing out of hopelessness and despair. She's got a great story. Take a listen to it. She joins the John Mayo podcast this week. Check it out. Next up, we got the Hero Academy with our man Super Dave. This week, Lindsay McCall. She's a distinguished figure in law enforcement with a robust 17-year career spanning 3 different districts, district departments across 2 different states. Her narrative waves a tapestry of experience and insights. Lindsay aims to share her profound insights, touching upon the essence of law enforcement, the power of self-discovery, and the transformative force of embracing change. That is this week's Hero Academy. Check it out. And listen, real quick, those that are interested and never been to our website and want to see all the shows that are on the network, please go to heroesmediagroup.com. You can check out all the shows there. Today, I'm just covering shows that had episodes this week so far. Next up, we have the Label Free podcast. This week, talking with Ann Laffin. She's the founder of Fin Marketing. Ann shares her journey from a 20-year corporate marketing career to starting her own business. She explains that she now focuses on working with early-stage startups, helping them create consistent and effective marketing strategies. Really important if you're going to own a business. Ann emphasizes the importance of the understanding the target audience and conducting customer research to guide messaging and tactics. She also highlights the value of organic social media marketing and encourages founders to share their stories to build connections with their audience. Let me tell you something. If you own a business or you're thinking about starting a business in 2024, go listen to this episode from Label Free Podcast. There's a lot of gold nuggets in this episode, and take notes. That's Label Free Podcast this week. Check it out. Next up, we got The Other Side of the Firewall. This week, they did a throwback to one of their very first episodes. Dr. Gribu, who is Google's former AI ethics subject matter expert, calling for a I was going to mess this up. Calling for to relook at AI and the potential government regulation. They need to recapitalize everything and look at the rules and regulations for AI and the potential government regulations on it. This one was pretty interesting, especially because it seems like AI is taking over on a lot of things. Might be another topic I have for next week. Stay tuned for that. But check it out. In the meantime, it's The Other Side of the Firewall. Next up, we got Misfit Nation podcast. Rich does a couple episodes every week. This is a great podcast, and Rich does a great job. So go check him out, Misfit Nation podcast. But the recent one was Embracing Adventure and Wisdom, a conversation with award-winning author Pat Wetzel. Great episode. Pat, she does an amazing job. She's a great writer. Go check it out. This was a fun episode, Misfit Nation podcast. Next up, the Decision Hour with yours truly. This week, the name of the game is freedom, right? And I told you guys at the beginning of the show, this is what we're going to talk about. Name of the game is freedom. And let me tell you, it's one of those. It's about breaking free from all the fear and stress that it's got us all wound up and wrapped up tight. Right? We're gonna in this episode we chat everything from the power held by your birth certificate, which is way more. Your birth certificate is way more important than you think. Um, we also talk about the secret sauce is setting up a private trust to protect what's yours. Yours. And believe me, guys, trust me when I tell you that this episode it will it's packed with a whole bunch of aha moments, and it's going to open up your eyes, and you're going to be realizing like, oh crap, I need to pay attention, and you do, and that's what this is for, though. Explore how the heck we got into this mess of consistent fear and anxiety, and we talk with our friend Rex Freedom. He's going to walk us through some steps how to get out of all this chaos that we're in, right? Or as Ryan Hunt put it earlier, the Matrix. Plus, we're going to get real about why some folks stick to the familiar path, even when it's leading them nowhere good. If you've ever wondered about trust or what type of trust you should have, or private trust, or what have you, um, like what are they, or why you would need one, um, we're gonna put all of this stuff together for you with Rex Freedom, and I was happy to have him on the show. And this is a great episode. I think you're gonna learn a lot from it. So go check it out. So that's this week's Decision Hour. Next up, we got Time to Shine Today with our man Scott Ferguson. Yesterday, he spoke with David, the real estate mogul of Southern California. And here are some of the highlights from that episode. His record-breaking success, over 50 million in real estate closed. He also knows how to navigate the market and craft personalized plans for clients. One of the other things is transforming goals into reality. Break down your dreams into manageable steps. David believes achieving anything is possible when you take unextraordinary, easy steps towards your goals. Pretty good advice. Check it out. This was a good one. It is Time to Shine Today. Next up, we got Because Bikers Matter podcast. Great episode. I love this show. David, aka Vegas Schumann, welcomes his older brother, founder of Schumann Schumann Legal Personal Injury Lawyers, Mark. They discuss recent holiday launch. They talk about the staff growing, and now they got 4 offices in and around the Chicago area. I believe it's Chicago, Juliet, Naperville, and then there's going to be another one opening in the area. But they talk about Toys for Tots. They talk about some of I tell you, these guys do a ton for the veteran community. And if you haven't listened to this show, Because Biker Matter, or if you missed last month's we talked about, he set up a thing with the dental program there in Illinois and had a bunch of veterans get their teeth done for free. These guys set that up, man. These Schumann brothers, I tell you what, class act, and we're happy to have them as part of the HMG family. But go check it out. That's this week's Because Bikers Matter podcast. Next up, the Arms Room show. This week they have their Rowdy Roundtable with AJ from Overwatch Precision and Brian from Pro 2 Customs, and We Plead the Second. I love it when they do these rowdy roundtables. And if you've never watched them, you are missing out. Seriously. Go watch this week's episode of the Arms Room, and follow them on Instagram, because they'll do their live on Instagram. It's fun to watch, and it's great to listen to, and you always pick stuff up. I absolutely love it. It's a great show. The Arms Room, go check it out. Let me see here. Next up, we got Chasing Happiness. This week, Catherine, a remarkable artist, designer, and public speaker who's turning her challenges into a canvas of endless possibilities. At age 34, she lives just outside of New Orleans. Catherine was faced life with a rare genetic bone disease. And she had broken over 500 bones by the age of 10. Her spirit, however, remains unbreakable, and she shares her journey about resilience. It's truly a testament of power, creativity, and determination. This was a awesome, awesome episode. It's called Chasing Happiness. Go check it out. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. This week, so they do a show we got your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The People's Patriot Project. This past Sunday, they had Chuck Taylor. They always have a ton of guests. First off, if you've never watched it, it's great. Chuck Taylor, who jumps on, tells about the nonprofit that he supports and other veterans' intellectual property. They help with like trademarking and stuff like that. It's great organization. Chuck's got a great story. They have a bunch of veteran musicians on as well. If you've never watched it, you're missing out. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday night. People's Patriot Project. I believe we have some more shows that are episodes that are coming out this weekend. So go check, stay tuned for that. And again, you can check out all the episodes at heroesmediagroup.com. We are still working on the new website. We're hoping to have that up. We've had some hiccups, so we'll see what happens. Big shout out to our sponsors this year. We had some sponsors this year that came on board this year. Ops Lens, new organization down in Florida. Love them. Alibi Tattoo. Thank you. My man Barry with Forget Genetics. Thank you. Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. Another good one. Gotta Hold Brewing. Feed the People, By the People, which is now a show on the network, home studio. The Freedom People. I talked about them earlier. They are one of our partners now. Universal Learning Approach. And don't forget, if you go to Universal Learning Approach, and get the Sisu Stamina. I don't have it here at my desk because it's in my vehicle right now, but the Sisu Stamina stuff, I love that stuff. I take it around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Gives me a kickstart for the afternoon. Use Heroes 10 for a 10% discount. JB Auto Clothiers, one of the organizations that I'm a part of. Absolutely love the stuff that we do over there. Check them out. My Tax Fella. Can't say enough good things about my man Anthony and all the help that he does for everyone, business owners, or if you just need help with your taxes, go to mytaxfella.com. Check it out. What else? Last, certainly not least, HMG Beverage. I can't really see it because my camera's doing some weird stuff right now, but we are doing some different stuff in 2024 with the beverage company. So right now, what we have available is we have a decaf, and we have Kickstart and our Brazilian Cerrado. So check that out. Also, Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle. Cannot forget about Jim and Gina. Love the guys down there. And Warriors on the Water LTD. So thank you all sponsors for jumping on board with us this year. And we're looking forward to working with majority of you here in 2024. Most of them already re-signed for 2024, and we appreciate that. And looking forward to growing with all of you in 2024. 2023, great year. Great year. Appreciate all of you guys. Next week, get ready. We're going to talk about goals for 2024, what to expect, where we're going to be, because we've already got things locked in place for 2024. And we hope to see you guys out when we get out on the road. So that's it. Like I said, I'm going to keep it kind of short today. That's all the time I got. Again, folks, let me say this. Whether you're watching this on the live right now, on whatever platform, we got everybody everywhere. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. Um, remember, be safe this coming weekend, New Year's Eve. Remember, to be smart. If you're going to be out partying or whatnot, get a designated driver. Um, but let's make 2024 our best year yet. Let's make it even better than this year. That's all I got for you guys. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next year.